above. Every day one scene, turning into love zone.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so thankful that you clicked on this video. As you can tell from the title, today I'm going to be going over one of my purses that I've had for a few years and I've never really mentioned it or talked about it. I don't even know if I've shown it yet on my channel, so I thought I'd just go over a few things about it just in case you are looking at buying into the Prada craze that's going on right now. We all know that the Prada re-edition basically took the world and social media by storm this past summer with the re-edition of their Prada nylon range. I think I've mentioned that before, but it was actually a couple years ago. I just looked back at my emails, November 2nd of 2019 to be exact, that I picked up this purse. I'm going to show it to you now. No sense in carrying on the wait any longer. So it's this one. Let me move this so you can see the front logo. And this is called let me see if I can remember. So this is called the Prada Canvas Jacquard logo tote. So I bought it in 2019, already pre-loved, from a consignment store in British Columbia, Canada, called Jador Couture. I found them on Instagram and scrolled and looked at this purse for ages before actually buying it, but decided to pull the trigger because I thought I'm gonna regret it if I lose this bag. So I ended up buying it. And one of the things that I want to mention right off the bat, if you are looking at consignment stores, either buying or selling from them, read the reviews and make sure that everything is authentic, because I would never want to mention any sort of brand that might be a little bit like hit or miss. This one, everything that I've ever seen has like incredible reviews. Jador Couture is definitely a trustworthy source to get pre-loved bags. They've got everything from Moschino, for example, that sort of thing, all the way up to Birkins. They constantly have Hermes bags going in and out of their consignment shop. So it's definitely one that I would recommend, but I thought authenticity is like the most important thing. So I just wanted to get that out and dealt with as soon as possible. So the Jacquard part of the name of this bag obviously does refer to the material. Jacquard is like a weave that's done with fabric, so that's what this is made out of. And then the logo is obviously at the front. It also came with this luggage tag, which I've had on and off of it. I don't know really which way I prefer most. There are signs of wear on this bag for sure. I don't know exactly the year that it was released. The biggest sign of wear I think is on this side, where you can see definite structure loss. So when you are looking pre-loved, there are a few things that I would recommend that you take a look at. One of them, if it is more of, I would say this is more of an unstructured bag. It's not like a Goyard or a Neverfull where it just sort of sinks into itself. Like, it will stand up if you put it on the floor, for example, but structure loss for this one is definitely big. So there's also some pleating here, which obviously it wouldn't have had when it was originally bought. On this luggage tag, I don't always have it on, partially because there are some like glazing issues. So these are just things to note when you do, or if you are looking into buying pre-loved. I love the coloring of it. I'm really drawn to like the Audrey Leighton Vintage, a lot of browns, a lot of deep colors, but a lot of contrast. And this bag just sort of sang to me. Anyway, this bag spoke to me, so I ended up getting it. I just think that this really goes with the Audrey Leighton sort of vibe. If you don't know who that is, check her out on Instagram. I guarantee you, you're going to fall in love with her page and want to buy from her collections. I think she's not only beautiful, but the collections she puts together are amazing. And that was one of the reasons why I bought this. It just sort of fit with that vibe. I'll start off by talking about what it came with. So other than the bag, the packaging was pretty good. From what I remember, it just came in like a regular box. It didn't come with the original Prada box, but it did come with the dust bag. Normally this is left stuffed within it when I'm not using it. And it also came with authenticity cards. So if you had have seen my Fendi Peekaboo opening, I talked at length about authenticity cards and how important it is when you're spending. It doesn't really matter how much money you're spending. To me, if you're buying anything designer, you want to make sure that that's worth it, and you can secure that by getting authenticity cards. So they came in this little pouch. On the front, it does say certificate of authenticity just here, and then obviously Prada at the top. This is just a little envelope, and then inside it came with, first is this little care booklet. So inside it gives you all of the instructions on how to best care for your bag. And then it also came with this tag that I'm pretty sure was just on the bag when it was originally in store. So it's got all of the information there. And then last but not least, it has the plastic card of authenticity, again with the article number, the name of it, the size, and the color. So those are just some of the things that I would definitely recommend if you are looking to buy pre-loved. If it had to come with a box, trust me, I would have really appreciated that. But I know that it's not always the case that some of them do. You might actually be able to find some online if you're the type of person that loves packaging. If you've seen Emma Anders' channel, she cracks me up in every single video, and one of the things she talks about most is packaging, and trust me, I love her for it. I think she's hilarious, first of all, but her accent just makes you want to listen more and more, and then what she says about packaging just makes me laugh so much, because it's kind of true. When you get into this sort of space and you're buying into luxury or designer items, the packaging is like, it's a very big deal. Here's a little story. I was on Facebook the other day and there were people just going at each other because one of them hadn't received their box yet from a Chanel purchase that they had made in January. It was April when I was looking at this post. And they were so concerned, some of them saying like, oh my goodness, talk to your sales associate and make sure, follow up with them, or else they're not gonna remember and you're going to miss out on your box. Other ones were saying like, relax, you just bought a $5,000+ handbag, why are you concerned with the box? And I think I sort of fall somewhere in the middle, because if you are spending Chanel money, for example, this was not Chanel money. This was like a Chanel SLG. We'll leave it at that. So I wasn't necessarily expecting a box, especially because it is vintage. But if you are looking for all the best, if you are looking for all the bells and whistles, then these are just things that you might expect. I also wanted to mention that it did come with their business card, so Jador Couture, and at the bottom I think it just says consignment there, yes. And then these are the details of the woman that I bought it from. Whether or not she's still there, I'm not entirely sure. If she is though, she was a dream to deal with, as I mentioned. I think that whenever you're buying, especially pre-loved or anything online, ask for a video of whatever you're looking at, because that's going to really be able to allow you to see any imperfections that are in the bag. So the structure loss, for example, was something that I knew about ahead of time, but I probably would have got a better idea had I had asked for videos. To be completely honest right now, I don't really remember if I did ask for a video, but I know for sure I asked for extra photos. So that, learn from my mistake and just ask for a video right up front. Okay, so really quick, let's just do a bag tour. So starting off, we've got these two. First of all, obviously this is more of like a brown tan color. I think the exact names of the colors were in Italian or something, but this is obviously more of a brown, and then I think it's coming up a little more white on camera than it actually is, but this is the very famous Prada Saffiano leather. It's on all the different leather parts of the bag. So all of the piping and the trim and these corner little covers, as well as the top handles and the luggage tag and the bottom of the bag are all in the Prada Saffiano leather. So starting at the top with the two top handles, we've got two full-length zips, and it's really convenient to have these. More than anything, like this could be a really good school bag. I did actually wear this quite a bit when I was in university, and it does fit my 13-inch MacBook Air, which is something that is so convenient and really worth checking out before you buy a bag. If you're looking into buying a tote, for example, if you are wanting it for something like a school bag or just to make sure that you can fit your laptop or extra books in, take that stuff with you if you're able to try out the bag in person first. So as I mentioned, it does fit my MacBook Air, which is the 13-inch one, and I can fit it in either of these two zip pockets or in the actual bag itself. So it's really just one big open compartment. It's got 2 slip pockets on this side, a slip pocket here, and then it also has another zip compartment here on this side. So there actually is quite a bit of organization within the bag. I've toyed with the idea of getting an organizer, one to help with the structure more than anything, but also just to make this bag a little bit more, I don't know, useful, I guess, in how it's organized, because I can just sort of set it up. I like to switch in and out of bags a lot, so I think that could be really helpful if I were to get an organizer. On the side, it does have the Prada triangle logo there. It's like the little badge of it. It's metal and the Saffiano leather. The back is, it's not like there's a Mona Lisa pocket or anything, like it's just bare on the back, and then the other, oh, wrong way, the other side is just like this. It does have these little snap button closures on the side, so I tend to keep those completely closed because it does just help a little bit with the structure, at least I think so. And then if you had have noticed on the bottom as well, we do have feet, which you guys know makes me so happy because any extra protection between your bag and the floor is always a good thing. So a few closing remarks on this bag. I did want to touch on the Prada Saffiano leather. This is famous to the fashion house, and it's something that gets a lot of mixed reviews. I've seen a lot of different YouTube videos, and people go from loving it to hating it. It seems like very quickly. It does sort of have a feeling as if it's coated in plastic, but as far as the wear, from the handles to the bottom of the bag and the sides of the bag, I've really noticed no wear at all. The corners are also covered with the Saffiano leather, and I really think that that's good for this bag. I'd much rather have it covered in the Saffiano than have it in the Jacquard, just because it is more durable. So I think if you're looking for a durable bag, or one that you can like wipe down easily if it does get any sort of like dirt on it throughout the day, then it's something that you can just wipe down. To be honest, during COVID, whenever I take this bag out, because I know that the Saffiano leather is so like resistant, I use Lysol wipes on it when I come home. So if I've been out for the day and I've touched other things and then my bag, I just wipe it down with a Lysol wipe, because then I know for sure it's 100% clean and disinfected, and there's absolutely no sign of wear that I've made towards the bag. So it's something that I would actually recommend doing if you don't want to go as far as the chemicals from Lysol wipes. You can just do like a soft rag with a little bit of even soapy water on it. Just make sure that you dry it off after, but the Saffiano leather is definitely something that I would recommend as far as durability. As far as the texture itself and the feel of it, because it does have that sort of plasticky feel, I can see why some people would jump to say that it's like the cheaper version of leather, but it is in fact like it's 100% leather. It's just like got a cross grain to it, which gives it that texture. Now, this isn't something that I've fully experienced myself, but the Epsom leather that Hermes has is also known to have a little bit more of a plasticky sort of texture on it compared to different leathers that have different grains and have different softness, like Clement or Swift. They're just different leathers, so they're not something that you can really compare apples to apples with. They're just completely different, and to me they just have different uses as well. I think that's everything for today. We've covered the wear and tear, the durability, the different types of leathers, what fits inside, who I bought it from, the reputability of the consignment shop. So I think I've covered all my bases for this one. If you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Trust me, it helps out a lot. Go check out Audrey Leighton Vintage on Instagram. And if you want to come back for more of me, please do hit the notification bell and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you very soon with another one. Bye guys. Also, in my last video, the one with the straw pearl handbag that I just got for summertime, I mentioned that I have another one on the way and it's coming in tomorrow. So stay tuned. I hope that it comes in on time, but this bag is gonna be so beautiful, guys. I'm so excited to share it with you. So more coming from me very soon. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
from above. Every day would seem turning into love song.